JEM is my name, no one else is the same. JEM is my name. JEM.
The artist this time is Amy Meberson, who did the art for the annual wraparound story segment. And her art is definitely just gall darn adorable. So yeah, very pleasing to the eyes. I like it. So this is the holiday special. It's Christmas time. Before we start into the story proper, there's a cold open with the holograms getting a tree. And I love this series of panels where Jerrica, Kimber, and Shayna are sitting in the car after they've retrieved the tree. You can see through the windows that the tree is sitting on the roof. I was looking at this first panel and I was saying, where's Aja? And then the second panel, it's like, oh, there she is. She's tying the tree to the top of the car. And I just love this casual passing the rope through the car to tie the... It's just really nice. One oddity, though, is Aja jumps into the car because she's tied the doors shut. So she jumps into the car through the window, telling Shayna to scooch over. Which is weird because, as you can see in this panel, that's a single seat. The front seats are not a bench. It's two individual seats, a driver's seat and a passenger seat. So Shayna's left buttock must be suspended in midair. Don't know what's going on there, but that's fine. Okay, so the plot is our characters are going to an office Christmas party. And they are forced to participate in a secret Santa, where you draw a name out of a hat and you buy that someone a Christmas present. The Elise Harcourt, something like that, the woman who manages, she's not the manager. I don't know if she's like the CEO of 5x5, but one of the higher ups. Not an individual band manager, but essentially Eric Bad Guy's boss. She's rigged the thing so that the Misfits and the Holograms have to buy gifts for each other. She's like, they're gonna have to, they work for the same company, they're gonna be touring together, the Holograms as an opening act for the Misfits, hopefully Pizzazz's voice heals by then. One nice little touch here is all of Pizzazz's dialogue bubbles are, instead of a solid outline around the dialogue bubble, it's a hashed outline to indicate that she's talking like this. Right? Nice touch. Nice continuity. I really like that. The first time I saw it, I wasn't clear what they were going for, but after the second or third instance, I'm like, oh, because of the broken larynx, she's having to speak in essentially a whisper. So Elise and some other woman she's talking to, she's like, 50-50 odds that this will completely backfire, but, hopefully we can convince these guys to get along. So, there was something I wanted to mention. Let's one of the things I loved, of course, about the original series is the characters changed their clothes. Fashion was not just a bullet point mentioned in the theme song. That was an ethos for the entire series. The characters had a ton of different outfits. All the lead characters constantly changed their clothes. And boy, was there a lot of fashion, and it was just a ton of fun. The comic is no different. The characters have wildly different outfits and hairstyles, and I'd like to highlight two of them. First of all, I really like Pizzazz's outfit here. It's just super unique. Very grungy, very her. She's essentially wearing a tank top with some type of tied around covering that serves no real functional purpose other than, it looks cool and I like it. The other thing I want to mention is I didn't notice it at first because Jerica's wearing a suit jacket, but she doffs the jacket at one point and stands up, and she's wearing a belted dress. And particularly in animation, it would be so easy to just draw her sides as one smooth, unbroken line, but the artist takes the... is it Amy something? Let's get the name right. Amy Meberson, yes. Takes the time to draw the dress blousing out over the belt. You know, like fabric works. Yeah, it's just completely unnecessary, not a story detail, but it's just a really nice attention to detail that I particularly like. Cool dress, too. Alright, so the holograms are brooding over what they're gonna get the misfits. Of course, Aja recommends Cole, and Kimber's like, you can't get Stormer Cole. She's the nice one, and I like her. Shayna ended up drawing a Stormer's name, so Kimber's like, can you make her a dress? And Shayna says, yeah, sure. Do you know her measurements? And Kimber's like, I know everything. It's really great writing here. Just very funny a lot of times. A lot of jokes just really landing. Let's see. So the Misfits are like, screw this, don't want to bother. Oh, there was another thing I wanted to mention just because I thought it was fun. I love Pizzazz's slouched, I am so over this posture in this panel here. It just amuses me to no end. So anyway, they can see Stormer texting Kimber on her phone, and she's like, "What's going on?" "Oh, Kimber's asking me about what presents to get you guys." And they're like, "Oh God, they're gonna get us presents? Well, we got to get them better presents because we can't have them show us up." So there's a really nice page here where we see Roxy unfortunately went a bit off model, I feel, but there's a nice panel sequence here showing all the characters trying to, shopping, and can you guess what each one is getting the other? Just a nice way to lay that out, I feel. Meanwhile, after that's done, Shayna has mentioned a few times that she's feeling left out because Jerica has Rio, Kimber has Stormer, Aja has Craig, and she's got no one. Lonely. Shayna's so lonely. Ain't got nobody for her own. Shayna's lonely. Alright. So Aja takes her out on a double date, which goes terribly, so she flirts with the dude at the bar, who introduces himself as Tony. Is this Anthony from the cartoon, who was a music video director? What was his last name? Anthony... I don't remember. But he did the Twilight in Paris music video and stuff like that. So it looks like he's a bartender in this, or it's just another dude named Tony. So we get a sequence of panels where the Misfits are opening their presents, and Jerica got Pizzazz a collar for her little Siamese cat, and apparently her cat's name is Mad Mardigan. Okay. That's cool. And of course, Pizzazz, says, "Damn it, now I have to do something. Crap. Jetta and Roxy, I know Aja, I think, had one of them. Who was the other? Probably Kimber. Let's see. Where's Aja? Yeah, Aja had Jetta, and Kimber had Roxy, so they make them a Rock'em Sock'em robots with themselves so that they can punch each other. Yeah, seems like a good gift. Shayna's, of course, Shayna makes the dress for Stormer, which is adorable, and there we go. So, also, Kimber makes a hat for Synergy. Kimber's the only one who regards Synergy. This has been brought up before, but she's the only one who regards Synergy as a person. And there was also that instance, Synergy presents her physical appearance is very reminiscent of the Benton kid's mom. So that probably has something to do with it. But she's also just nice in that way, although she can be very selfish. Like she dropped she wasn't helping carrying the tree. She doesn't like helping with chores. But I like the fact that she's the only one, or I don't like the fact that she's the only one who does this, but I do like the fact that she treats Synergy as a person, right? I think that's nice. So let's see. I think it was Jetta. Jetta gets Aja a motorcycle helmet. Roxy gets Kimber a Rainbow Dash onesie. And Stormer got Shayna a body form. Just a really nice fancy one for dressmaking. And Pizzazz didn't get Jerrica anything. And I was thinking, well, I mean, technically, Pizzazz drew JEM's name, and even if she wanted to, she didn't know where the hell she lives. Knock, 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 Pizzazz is at the door. It's like, okay. I like how often in these comics, often I'll bring, something will pop into my head. I'm like, well, what about this, or why this? And that's answered a few panels later. So Pizzazz shows up at the front door, says, need to speak to JEM, so Jerrica Showtime synergies and comes out in the most ridiculous holiday outfit I've ever seen. It's wonderful. And the shoes are almost understated this time. So Pizzazz gets her a bag. She's standing at the front door with a duffel bag, and she tosses it at her feet. And she says, I may as well just read it because it's wonderful. She says, it's a gift. I'm not going to do the whispery voice. Just pretend that she's doing that. But she says, it's a gift. I call it a go bag. Every front woman should have one, especially if you're going on the road. It's full of emergency crap. Earplugs, flashlight, batteries, multi-tool, gaffer's tape, rosin, Swiss Army knife, strings, candles, capos, straps, tuner's picks, you name it. There's even extra drumsticks. Skipping ahead a little bit, almost anything you can think of is in there. I make Clash carry around mine. You can probably get Jerrica to haul it around. And in case you have a problem the bag can't solve, there's $500 in the side pocket. You'd be surprised how many problems $500 can solve. And she, JEM thanks her, and she says, well, the caller was thoughtful, and I don't like owing anyone, so now we're even, and she walks off. And that's the end of the holiday story. And it's really charming, really adorable, and Pizzazz is just the most fascinating damn character. I loved Pizzazz in the original series, but wow, are they making her absolutely fascinating. That is a hell of a gift. I mean, she's flexing a bit with the $500, but all the crap she threw in there was probably $150 worth of stuff. So she's flexing a bit with the cost, true, but Phyllis is also really rich. That doesn't mean anything to her. Not that it isn't still an intentional flex, but it's not really. Pizzazz is rich. It doesn't really affect her any. But it is also a really thoughtful gift. Everything that the Holograms bought for the Misfits and everything that the Misfits bought for the Holograms were essentially coordinated between Stormer and Kimber. They had to kind of inform on the others what to get because they don't know each other. Pizzazz didn't participate in that. This is something that she thought of herself. She's like, all right, you're a new up and coming amateur band that you're the front woman of, and you're opening for us. this is something you need. This is something, through my own experience, I have found to be an invaluable asset. And you should have this. That's pretty goddamn amazing. I really liking this so far. So, kudos and plaudits. On to the next issue.